Hey guys, this is Emily, and this is going to be the first part of my Shakeology series. And I just wanted to start off by talking about just some general things about Shakeology. And, you know, I've been drinking Shakeology consistently for about what's it been, like maybe 15 months. And then for like a few months before that, I was drinking it kind of inconsistently, like a couple times a week. So I have my own personal experiences with it. And then I've tried to do a lot of research about how it's made and why it's good for us and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk about those things today. And then in a different part in the series, I'll be talking about the individual ingredients and things in more detail. So just in general, we as Americans are very unhealthy. I mean, that's no surprise to anybody, I'm sure. But generally speaking, we are overfed, but we're undernourished. So what that means is we're eating plenty of calories, usually more calories than we need, but the calories that we're eating aren't helping us, because they're not good quality calories. They're not nutrient dense calories. So we've got plenty of, weight on our bones, but we're not feeding our cells and we're not feeding our systems in our body, and we're not nourishing our bodies. So Shakeology was created to try to help combat this problem and to basically supercharge a product with nutrition without having it be like 2,000 calories. So it's more effective to be able to get your nutrients in the day. Now I'm gonna reference my notes here because there's no way that I could remember this, but the nutrition in one serving of Shakeology is equivalent to the nutrition that you would get from 3 cups of romaine lettuce, 4 cups of raw mushrooms, a shot of wheatgrass, a bowl of exotic fruit, 3 raw onions, 7 carrots, 4 cups of non-fat yogurt, 4 cups of red radishes, 4 cups of raw broccoli, a cup of peas, and 10 cups of cauliflower. So as you can see, if you were going to be eating all of that, think about how much that would cost for all those vegetables and the fruit. And then think about the cost of one meal of Shakeology. You're getting the same nutritional value in this meal replacement shake for way less hassle and way less cost. So basically, all of these ingredients in Shakeology fall into some different categories. And this is what I'm going to go into more depth later in the series. But we've obviously got protein and amino acids. We've got phytonutrients. We've got digestive enzymes. There's prebiotics, probiotics, adaptogen herbs. There's all kinds of stuff in here from the superfoods that absolutely help us to be the best that we can be, nutritionally speaking. And what we eat, the food that we eat, becomes our bodies. The food that we eat and the water that we drink is what makes us physically us. Plus, DNA and all that. But okay, so what good does Shakeology do? We already know that it's fabulous, nutritionally speaking, but the main things that I've noticed, and this is when they survey people that drink Shakeology consistently, they find 2 things that people are always saying. One is that they're noticing that they have more energy, and the other one is that they notice that they are not having as many cravings for junk, processed foods, basically. I have noticed, that was the biggest thing that I noticed with Shakeology, because I was trying to eat clean before that. And when I started incorporating Shakeology into my diet, it was so much easier for me to stay on that clean eating path and not go to the treats. I used to be like a huge sweets person. I'm still a huge chocolate person, but like I don't have the kind of cravings, or I don't indulge in the stuff that I used to on that frequent of a basis. I mean, I'd have like 300 to 500 calories a day of like chocolate and sweets and that kind of thing. So that's kind of crazy. But so I really noticed that. Now, when I think about the last year and a half of my life and if I've had more energy, it's so hard to tell because I'm a mom of toddlers and my youngest is only 2.5 and they barely started sleeping through the night like a couple months ago. So it's really hard for me to say. But I was thinking about it the other day. People ask me all the time how I possibly can do all the things that I do, because I run 2 businesses, I have 2 kids, I maintain a household, I have a relationship with my husband, we do tons of fun activities all the time, I do all this meal prepping, I run these challenge groups. So people are like, how do you do all of that? And I'm just like, I don't know, I just do it because I'm like very driven to do it. But when I think about myself like 5 years ago and what I was doing before I had kids, I'm doing way more now than I did before. And I was tired back then and I'm tired now, but I'm like way more efficient and getting way more done and being super effective with my workouts and everything. So when I really like compare it of like this time frame that I've been eating clean and drinking Shakeology to like before, it's significantly different. So that's just my personal experience. Okay, so the superfoods in Shakeology they do the best that they can to preserve the whole food ingredients. Because basically when a fruit or a vegetable is ripe, then you want to pick it and then you want to consume it right away, because that's when the nutrients are maximized. So if you're getting something from, South America and it's being shipped all the way over to the US and then it's being processed over here and then you're, eating it later. I mean, think about all the nutritional quality, how much it's gone down. So they try their best to try to preserve it after it's been harvested so that when they bring it over to the States and bring it to the lab to process it into the, it's minimally processed and they I don't know exactly what they do, but to get it into that powder form, they've retained a lot of the nutritional value, like much more than you would get if you were like eating a tomato from the grocery store that had been harvested from the other side of the country or something like that, and it's been like a week since it was harvested. So, and now there's the regular Shakeology and then there's the vegan Shakeology, and they're both excellent. Obviously the vegan is made with plant-based protein, and then the regular is made with whey protein isolate. And so they're a little bit different, but also in the regular Shakeology, they do have to fortify it with a couple of the vitamins and nutrients. And when I say fortified, that's basically kind of how like in vitamins and in a ton of different shakes and nutritional supplements out there, they're synthetic vitamins and nutrients, minerals. So with vegan Shakeology, there's nothing synthetic in it. It's all derived 100% from those whole food sources. So I absolutely recommend vegan to everybody, even if you don't even care about it being vegan versus, the whey protein, just for that reason alone. Now in Shakeology, there's no artificial sweeteners, there's no soy, there's no artificial ingredients or flavors. One of the main sweeteners is stevia, which is plant-based. And they did get the certification, the glycemic index certification, that it is low glycemic. So it even has a lower glycemic index than like an apple, because an apple has an index of 39, and for Shakeology it's between like 14 and 29 depending on like what flavor you get, because the formulas are different. And I mean, for example, like a banana is a glycemic index of like 62. I mean, it can change depending on like the ripeness, but so it's low glycemic, so it's going to be excellent in terms of your insulin response and your blood sugar. Now, so I'm trained as a psychologist, so all the research that we do, all the studies, we always look at how robust the study is and if it's evidence-based and all of that. And I hate with Shakeology that it's not like FDA approved. We can't prove it, and they're not like testing all this stuff and conducting all this research. Obviously, it would be way more expensive if we had to do all of that stuff, all of that testing, and to get like all of the certifications for being gluten-free and allergen-free, like that kind of stuff. But so I've gathered information, just anecdotal evidence, which basically means what people are saying to me. So what challengers have said to me, what other people on my team have said to me, what other coaches in the organization have said about their customers and their experiences, that, you know, generally speaking, people with that are drinking Shakeology consistently are having a lot of success with things like IBS, like improving their IBS, controlling their diabetes, even having a better quality of life with cancer and in cancer treatment, with pain, with arthritis, because a lot of these superfoods are gathered from all parts of the world. And I mean, think about it, like Chinese medicine, they have all these like herbs and all these things that we've never heard of in America that they've been using for hundreds, thousands of years to heal. That stuff's in Shakeology. So that's why it's going to help with, you know, the joint pain, and it actually helps with 11 systems in the body. Protein, if you think about like a protein drink, the stuff, like all the stuff that's out on the market, that works with 2 systems, your muscles and your skeleton. Shakeology works with 11 systems. So when you're drinking Shakeology, your skin's gonna look better. Your hormones are gonna be better regulated. 11 systems in your body are gonna be improved by Shakeology. So this is just a big overview. The more I learn about Shakeology, the more I am dead set on drinking this every day for the rest of my life. And I'm so happy that those extra vegan flavors came out this year in 2017. So we now have a lot of variety in the flavors, and there's so much that you can do with it. You can blend it as a drink, you can make it into cookies, you can make it into ice cream. So there's a lot of different ways to consume it and to be able to maximize your nutrition throughout the day. So please shoot any questions to me that you may have, and stay tuned for part 2 of the series. Thanks, guys.